Back here at home, a Peoria firefighter is recovering after being hurt while battling an early morning house fire. The injury happened inside a vacant home on the city's south side. Firefighters were called just after 4 this morning to the 3300 block of Southwest Adams Street between Lydia and Faraday Avenues. When crews arrived, they found flames on both the first and second floors of the vacant home. Battalion Chief Josh Martin says one firefighter suffered a minor knee injury after a stair gave way while he was heading upstairs, causing his leg to fall through the steps. The firefighter was not taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. The fire caused an estimated $50,000 in damage. An arson investigator was called to the scene, but the cause remains under investigation.